Hey, what's up guys, Tactiholics here. Today we're going to take a look at the Karambite by Colin Despins, available through maxvenom.com. Alright, let's first, we're going to go over some of the concepts of this knife. People throw around the term last ditch when referring to the Karambite, which kind of incorporates and implies that it'd be one of the last tools that you would go to after a given scenario has begun. Although it is readily available and relatively fast in deployment, it is not necessarily intended to be the last tool you would go to. More so, what this knife does allow you to do is be possibly the only tool that you might be able to carry into a specific environment with you. We'll use the example of sitting out on a beach somewhere. You could still have this thing slung around your neck when your swim trunks and beach chair don't afford you the ability to conceal a pistol or anything like that. Deployment, as I said, relatively accessible and pretty rapid deployment. Comes right off around the neck, just like so, and that's what you're working with. So, take a chain necklace, take a piece of 550, you can wear it around the neck, it breaks out of the sheath pretty quickly with a little bit of practice. Reholstering also takes a little bit of practice to wear the knife into the sheath and so forth. Some guys have maybe even been creative enough to take some 550, kind of wind it through the belt, drop the knife and sheath into the pocket, and you can sort of pull it out and go from there. So it does allow you a few different options. My primary method of deployment, and the way I prefer to carry around my neck like so, is to take my thumb to gain leverage against the rear curve of the blade, and upon twisting my hand out, the knife pops out, a quick roll, and it's good to go on your hand. Reholstering the knife, again, take a little bit of time to wear the knife into the sheath, but what we have here is 3 rivets, so there's a bit of an open space here, allowing some pressure for the knife to snap into the sheath. So you kind of need to follow the contour of the blade again, similar to deploying, but in the reverse fashion, and you'll be able to feel some resistance, a little bit of wiggle around on the knife back and forth, and a firm click lets you know that you're home. So talking about defensive application. Most knives are obviously quite a bit longer than the blade that we're working with on the Karambite. We're at about 1.25 inches right there. So this is a contact weapon. It is not something that is any substantial extension of the hand, but what that does allow for operators to do is rely on the fact that they're throwing basically a punch with significant amount of unfair advantage attached to it in their hand. When gripped either in the primary configuration, being out from underneath the pinky, or in a overhand configuration like so, upon making contact with the target, just as you'd throw a normal punch, you're going to end up dragging the blade through the target. It's going to be devastating to the opponent. Well guys, thanks for watching. If you're interested in the Karambite, want to know some more about it, feel free to contact the designer, Colin Despins, or pick one up from maxvenom.com. It was a pleasure speaking with him and kind of learning a little bit more about the philosophy of this knife. And as always, subscribe to us here on YouTube and join the Facebook group and Facebook page, Tactiholics.